Hi guys, this is a little response to the Drunken Peasants podcast, specifically to the episode without TJ and without Scotty, their most recent episode at the time when I'm recording this. First of all, I would like to say that I am a regular viewer. I do like the show. I think it's entertaining and funny. That said, I don't really agree with you guys on everything because I'm a communist and you guys are liberals, I believe. I guess you would label yourselves liberals. Specifically, I would like to comment on your segment where you talked about the GMO issue. You showed a clip of this African guy talking about GMOs and how in his view GMOs wouldn't and don't actually solve the hunger in Africa, and that they can't solve the issue and they won't and they haven't, and to really solve the issue of hunger in Africa you wouldn't even need them. And I think you guys just totally missed his point. You missed what he was talking about. Maybe you just weren't interested in talking about what he was saying, but it seemed to me that the discussion was just totally sidetracked to something that he didn't even say, because you just began talking about these people who make these unscientific claims about GMOs, saying that they cause autism or cancer or something, when the guy in the video didn't say anything about that. The guy in the video only said that GMOs don't solve the issue. He didn't say anything about, like, against the technology itself. He didn't make any claims, at least in the video that you showed. He didn't make any claims about how they supposedly cause disease or something. So you just kind of dismissed him without actually refuting anything he said. I mean, he said that these big corporations, oftentimes Western corporations, they come there, they buy the land, they use GMOs, they drive the local small producers and local farmers out of business, and they drive them out of the land, they buy the land and whatnot, and they use GMOs to grow the food. Then they sell the food on the international market and to Western consumers and not to Africans. So the big thing to realize here is that it's not about the amount of food. I mean, like, I think Paul said that or maybe it was Creationist Cat who said that it's about the quality of food and not just the amount. But it's not even just that. It's not about the amount, it's about the distribution. Because we already have tons of food in the world. I've seen statistics that say that half to 1/3 of the food on the planet is wasted. So we already pretty much have enough food to feed everyone. It's just that since we live in the system of global capitalism and global capitalist imperialism, and it's a profit-driven system, poor people are not given food. If we had a planned economy, then sure, these people need food. Okay, let's give them food. But instead it's like, it's much more profitable to just go there, use their land, grow the food, and then sell it to other people who can pay more for it. So I think the guy in the video was just trying to make this point that these Western liberals seem to have this idea that GMOs are just this universal panacea which will fix everything magically, we just have GMOs then this issue will be resolved. When in reality, the GMOs are just a distraction. You don't need GMOs. They're not a bad thing, but you don't need them necessarily. The thing is that Africans and Africa just need to control their own resources. The problem is that these corporations come there, take over everything, and then they produce goods for the Western market and just don't give a fuck about the local population. If you want a good example of how I think things should be done, then I recommend you watch this documentary. It's on YouTube. It's called Thomas Sankara, the Upright Man. And it's about the Marxist president of Burkina Faso, Thomas Sankara, who came into power in a revolution in the 80s. And during his 4-year reign, he made Burkina Faso, which is a poor African country, he made it into a food self-sufficient country in 4 years. He was in power only for 4 years until he was assassinated. But during that time, he made Burkina Faso food self-sufficient and basically solved the hunger issue. So that just goes to show you that all you really need is that the economy needs to be in the hands of the country itself. It needs to be in the hands of the people and serve the interests of the people. But of course, when he tried to do that, he was killed by capitalists. But that is class struggle. But yeah, that's all the comments I wanted to make. Thanks. Bye.